Today we got Miss Elizabeth's 2013 Chevy Sonic here. She brought it in. It has a flashing check engine light and an oil leak off the front side of the engine. So depending on which video you are on, we will be fixing one of those two things. But we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into it. So here we go. All right, so now that we have our spark plugs changed, we are going to move to the oil supply line and fix that leak. So first things first, we need to figure out where the other end of this line goes. So you'll see there's the line. It looks like it has a 10 mil or an 8 mil holding it in, but it's gonna run over here to the turbo somewhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this heat shield off so we can find it and see what we gotta do here. So this is an E12 bit, but I'm gonna show you a trick real quick. If you just take a 6.8 millimeter socket, it will bite an E12, absolutely no problem. So this is just an 8 millimeter 6 point. I have E-sockets, but just wanted to show y'all that just in case you don't, because they're rare. So these puppies we're gonna take out now. Down here, so you have one bolt here, one bolt here, and then one bolt is way down there, pinned behind that line. So I'm gonna use a little pry bar and just pry the AC line back just enough to get my socket in there and break it loose. Then we'll take it out with our fingers. Here you go, you see I put a little pressure on it with the pry bar. It'll give me just enough space to slide my socket in there, and we'll get that thing broke loose. I'm gonna remove the bottom one first, and then I'll take the top two all the way out, just because the bottom one's gonna suck the most. So I can't really do that. I need two hands to do it, but I will pick up as soon as I have this heat shield off. Here it is, the heat shield is out. It is a little tricky to fish out from that position. Not terrible or anything, but just be patient and just, you know, carefully work it out. Mine was hanging up on this replacement hose clamp that got put in here, so I had to push that out of the way. But also, I dropped my wrench down to the floor, but I did find out that an 8 mil 12 point in on the wrench also works, so you don't even need to use the box end. That is how I got the lower one. So I just put an 8 millimeter ratchet wrench in there, and it came right on out of there. But now, it would appear that our oil feed line runs just right here, right on over to the turbo right there. So we got ourselves a torque bit. So it looks like 40 to a 45 maybe. So let me go grab some Torxes and we'll figure out what size that line is. And then we will work on getting that puppy out of there. All right, so the answer is a T45 Torx. And then the bolt on this end is actually another E10, just like the exhaust shield bolts. So we can use an E10 or an 8 millimeter to get that off. But we're gonna start up here and we're gonna crack this one loose, and then we'll crack that one loose, and then we'll take them out at the same time. Now we do suspect some oil to drain out of both locations since it is an oil supply line. Luckily, Super Clean sends me free degreasers sometimes, and they are awesome. So I have a bottle of that. We will go ahead and clean off whatever oil drains off with that. If you don't have any degreaser, you can honestly just let it burn off the exhaust. I'm sure there may even be a little residue I missed. It'll burn off pretty quickly. It's not going to cause any problems. Both of our bolts are all the way out, so now we're going to grab a hold of this line right here and just pull it back. Oh, there it went. Oh, look at that. I think you just fish it right up through that way that it naturally wanted to go. Come on. Before we put our new one in, what we're going to do is we're going to work on cleaning up this area right here where it was leaking. I'm going to wipe it off with the paper towel first. I'm going to wipe off where we spilled this little bit of oil over here. Now I'm going to get some Super Clean degreaser, and then I'll be right back, and we're going to spray this paper towel and just scrub it down pretty good. I went ahead and got both of our surfaces all cleaned up. So now all that is left, oops, sorry. So you can see there it's nice and shiny. All that's left to do is to fish our line back in. And before you do that, you're going to want to get some, like an old container of motor oil you have around. You can also use a little bit of grease, but I like to use oil. I got the 020 here. So what I do is I just shake this thing, and then I'll take the cap off, and you're gonna wipe some oil off of that and put it around the new O-rings on the side that has the E10 on it. And then, yeah, we'll fish it back into place. We'll press it in there, and we'll get that bolt started, and then we will tighten everything up. Hey, look how fancy and new that looks. Real quick, I just want to say my line is completely installed, but the banjo bolt, or the T45 over here, this is 20 Newton meters of torque, and the E10 and or 8 millimeter down the bottom side there is 8 Newton meters. So we are clear to put our heat shield back on, and then I'm going to top off the coolant in this particular car because I forgot about that. That's a little low. And get the coil packs back in, and we're going to fire it up and see if that misfire is fixed. Woo! All right, and here we are with the heat shield back on. I will point out that that lower bolt is kind of a booger to get started again. You just kind of got to shove your hand in there and feel around and just wiggle it and get it just right. But you can do it. It's not that difficult. But yeah, if you got an oil leak and you're here to fix that problem, it's as simple as that. So that being said, I'll have a link up here in the video and in the description for the part if you'd like to order from Amazon. That really helps us out. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. And subscribe if you want to see more repair videos or any of our custom builds.